starting the week with another core day. We're going to go through a few warm-ups, go through once, and then go through 3 or 4 times with the actual core exercises. So, with no further ado, we'll get into the warm-ups. So we'll start with a few familiar ones. We're going to start laying on our side, getting a rotation in our thoracic spine. Keep your hips level or straight up and down. Keep that top leg forward a little bit to help with that. Arms are going to be straight in front of you. And then you rotate that upper arm around past your head. Bring that shoulder blade as close as you comfortably can to the floor. 5 of these each side. But it's not a race. A few more on this side. I'll be done here and then we'll move on to the next thing. Alright, and then we're going to do our figure 4 again. So we're going to cross one ankle over the knee on the other side. Grab from behind that knee. Sit back. Pull towards you. We'll just do a few second holds. About 3. And ease some pressure there. Come back into it. We don't want to pull so hard that it hurts. Just enough that we feel a stretch in that opposite hip. I'm going to do just 3 each side here for the warm-up. And we did these ones last time for the actual part of the workout, but here we're going to do them just for the warm-up. We're going to do a Spiderman. So with these, I'm going to get into a push-up position. Get a nice flat position here. Glutes are tight, shoulder blades pulled in towards your back pocket, and you're going to drive one leg forward, outside of your knee, lengthen your back, look up, and switch, and we'll just do 3 each side. And just come forward with your leg as far as you can. Alright, and as you get finished up with those, we're going to move into one more warm-up. This one's going to start with a nice wide squat, sumo squat, so wider than shoulders. Toes are going to be pointed diagonally in front of you with this. So once you get into that position, we're going to squat down as far as you comfortably can. Keep your heels on the floor. Squat down, and then you're going to straighten your legs. From that down position, try and keep your back neutral, stretching your hamstrings. 3 seconds, back down to the squat. And stretch again. Another 3 seconds. And let's do 3 more times for a total of 5. Alright, so we'll get into the core of the workout at this point. First thing we're going to start with simply is going to be a plank. We're going to make it as active as possible, just like last time. Okay, so with this, we're going to get out down to the floor. Or, if you can't get on the floor for whatever reason, you can go to an elevated surface, put your hands on, or your arms on the couch, or a coffee table if it's sturdy enough, or a chair, something like that. position. Palms are down, elbows are in front, directly below your shoulders. Once you're in this position, we're going to go ahead and start here. So we're just holding this, tighten your glutes real tight, pull your shoulder blades into your back pocket, flatten your back, drive your elbows apart, palms into the floor, toes, drive them in the floor as well, and hold this for 5, 3, 2, 1. Stay up in the plank though, stay up in the plank, just relax a little bit, and activate again. Squeezing your glutes tight, shoulder blades, pull them flat in your back, drive your toes into the floor, palms down, drive them down, tighten, tighten, tighten. 3, 2, 1. Stay up in that plank, or you can drop down to your knees, come right back up. Now you're back up, glutes are tightened, flatten your back, shoulder blades in your back, palms down, drive your palms down, hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So with those, just about trying to focus on getting everything as active as possible through those, just so we're not kind of blazing our way through the planks. Okay, next thing here, we're going to get into a side plank. So we'll still be on the floor. We'll turn onto our side, non-side plank, side crunch. So I'm going to be leaned back slightly, so I'm not perfectly upright, and I'm not laying on my back. Let's say about 45 degrees. So here, I'm going to go with my elbow to my knee, trying to focus on getting my obliques here and this top side here as much as possible. So don't focus on the knee getting to the elbow as much as activating and using these muscles here in your outer abs. For these, let's just do 8 each side, alright? And yeah, so I'm just really focusing on initiating that movement here with those muscles in the outside of my abs. So you don't get as far, it doesn't look as glorious. But you get some more muscle activation, which is what we're here for. And we'll start with 8 each side here. Never concentrate on really getting those muscles there in your torso to work. Really get the most out of each rep, rather than focusing on sheer quantity, just getting more quality reps. Alright, so here I'll have you use an elevated surface, a foot to 2 feet off the ground. For demonstration purposes, I have this stool here which I will use, but we're going to get into, and actually you could do this one from the floor as well, so I'll just demonstrate there. And that elevating is as simple as just moving your hands up. So we're going to get into a plank, or a push-up position rather. And we're going to do kind of donkey kicks back here, while holding in that high plank or push-up position the whole time. Just trying to get our glutes activated when we kick up. Not trying to get all the way to the ceiling, but enough to get those butt muscles working. Be some shoulder stability as well, holding yourself up. So let's go for 8 each side here as well. It doesn't need to be fast, just focus on that engagement of the muscles. last exercise here for core today. And then going your way, like I said, you're gonna go through this 3, even 5 times if you're really looking for something upper tier, more higher difficulty. This next one, I'm gonna give you several levels of what you can do. First one is just gonna be a simple reverse crunch. So knees about 90 degrees, back is on the floor. You just bring your knees up as high as you can, back's flat, hips or butt's still on the floor, and then you lift your hip and slowly return, back down, tap. I think these are better done slowly. I see too much momentum happening whenever people try to speed through these. So that's stage 1. I'm going to make it a little more difficult. You don't touch down, you straighten. But you still do that hip lift. You're trying to make that happen with those muscles in the lower abs. So that's why we don't want to use momentum, swinging the legs into it. Kind of pushing your back into the floor to make that happen. And that's another point I should make, is that when you straighten your legs out here, your back needs to stay flat in the floor, so you have to push it down with your abs. That's basically what we're doing by pushing our legs away. We're making it harder for our back not to arch off the floor. So if you can't keep your back flat on the floor when you do this, then just stick with that stage 1 and don't move on yet. And the last thing we can do here, we can add some weight to the situation. We can drop this back behind our head. The farther it is, the harder it'll be to keep your back on the floor. Actually be a little easier to lift your hip, I find. With that third stage, we'll get those abs firing, top to bottom, even a little bit more. So go ahead and give those ones a shot. And as far as the reps with those, let's just say 8. And just focus on all that muscle activation that you can be getting while doing those, keeping your back pressed tight into the floor, not letting it lift for a second. All right, thanks guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow.